Ciao amici, hi, bonjour à tous, welcome back on my channel. I hope you're doing great. Today it's gonna be a video that is pretty similar to what I did in my I think 2 videos ago, which was flawless skin. If you look at my skin before, it was definitely not this. So how to achieve from this, which is like imperfection, a lot of redness, to something like this, so really glowy and my imperfections are covered. It's really not complicated to do. I will give you the tips and tricks. Let's jump into the content of the video. Mwah. So guys, I just finished work. I was supposed to film over the weekend. I didn't, so that's why I look a little bit tired, but I promised myself that every Wednesday I need to give you guys content. So you gotta do what you gotta do, right? So I've already applied a little bit of skincare just to make sure that my skin is moisturized, and it's really important, especially when you have imperfection, to use a good base. I cannot say it enough. I'm pretty sure in every video I'm talking about skincare and a good base, but it's really important because foundation, what it does, it's pretty much kind of adding a layer. But if you don't have a good base, guys, no matter which foundation you're gonna use, and if I show you all those techniques and you follow them, but you didn't moisturize, your skin is super dry, your foundation is gonna flake, period. So you really need to follow those steps, and I assure you that your skin will look better. So I apply a little bit of skincare, but already my skin, because of the change of season, it's already dry. So I'm gonna apply a little bit of moisturizer and maybe a little drop of oil so that my skin is really hydrated and ready for the foundation. Especially focusing where the imperfections are. By the way, I was supposed to film another video, but my face was perfect to film this kind of videos because, as you can see, I have a lot of red marks. I have hormonal issues, let's put it this way, and also this is result from the mask, like the, not like facial mask, but the mask that you have to wear at work. So that's why I took the opportunity and decided to film this kind of video. Once the base is done, a trick that I'm going to give you that I think I mentioned in my previous video about flawless skin is try to avoid really heavy and matte foundation. The reason why is because you don't want your face to look cakey. And keep in mind, there's a lot of stuff that people don't necessarily know, and this is why their skin looks really cakey and you can see the imperfection. Your foundation, it's supposed to unify your skin. You have to put the smallest amount, and it's not the foundation that it's gonna cover your pimples, it's gonna be your concealer. So make sure you don't use too much foundation. What is gonna happen is you're gonna have so much like layer on top of a pimple that you will, okay, maybe you won't see the color like red underneath, but you will definitely see like the texture of the pimple, which is what we're trying to avoid. So really put a really thin layer. I would say not even like a full pump on your whole face, so just to unify your skin. And then if you see that you need a little bit more coverage, you go with a concealer on top. For today, I'm going to use the Chanel Les Beiges just to change a little bit. I'm in color medium light. It's a sheer healthy glow. So this is definitely something that I would recommend. So I have a white top. Let's hope I am not gonna put any foundation on it. And just put a really small amount. So you see I'm not putting too much. I put a lot on my forehead here. But I'm definitely going to blend it and put it a little bit more. It's only covering the first layer so that your skin looks healthy and glowy. But you're not putting too much. Other than my pimples, my skin looks kind of natural and clear, and this is what we want to achieve. And don't worry about the redness and the under eye. We're gonna fix it after. The base is done. It looks really natural. There's a really tiny layer, and this is what we're trying to go for. First step is done. The second step will be concealer. So again, don't go with a concealer that is too thick, because you want to avoid adding the extra layer, and we want to look as natural as possible. So I'm gonna go with my concealers. I am using this one. It's called Dior Forever, and I would recommend to put the amount on the back of your hand and not to put it directly on your face, because you don't want to put like a big amount. I'm going with a brush like this, which is not too big, and I'm also going to pick the smallest brush so that we can make sure to correct all the redness. So what you want to do, you want to take a little bit of the product, not too much, and then you want to start just to kind of tap it wherever the imperfections are. I am pretty much covering everything, and kind of pat, but don't put too much pressure. You're really putting the lightest amount because you want to blend the concealer. Already how it's almost gone. I'm telling you, makeup is like magic. One day you don't apply any makeup, the other day your skin looks flawless and perfect. Most of the time, people that try to cover either imperfection or redness or whatever, they're putting way too much product, and they're putting a lot of layers because they want to hide everything. But as you can see already, I hid, sorry, it's my mirror going crazy here. It pretty much did the job just by applying your foundation. And you see my foundation, I could still see the redness, but now it's almost gone. Now I see this one here, so I'm gonna go with my tiny brush and focus. You don't want to focus only on the pimple, you also want to focus around it. Oh, I have so much. This mask is driving my skin nuts. And you see, really small, you don't want to add too much pressure, and you just want to dab. You don't have to like rub it. And then you're going again with the smallest brush. I hope I'm explaining and you're understanding what I'm trying to say. You can use your finger to just blend a little bit, but again, really gently, because you don't want your skin to turn red. So you see how now it looks beautiful, it looks flawless, it looks like my skin, I went to the spa. It's really natural, not too cakey, and I kind of covered all the redness. And it was not just redness, I also had bump, and you want to make sure not to put too much product, especially not on your pimples, because of course you're gonna add one layer of moisturizer, one layer of foundation, one layer of concealer, and then some people put, let's say, powder, and then they put blush, and then highlight, and then blah blah blah, and then you have this much on your face and you covered nothing. Pretty much what I said in my other video, I'm gonna repeat it. So this is only the base, but you want to make sure to really bring attention to your skin, but not on your pimples. So let's say here I have the pimples, so what I would do, I would put my highlight a little bit above, not to create like texture on it. And you want to make sure not to use a powder base. So when I have stuff like that, I'll show you my little trick, but you want to make sure to use something either like a gel, a cream, even your highlight. Try to avoid powder, try to go with liquid highlight or even the bronzer and the blush. So my little trick for you is, let's say, of course you're gonna be sick of me using this. You see, this is a highlight, so this is the one from RMS Beauty. It's the quad, and you have 4 different color. And recently what I've been doing is I'm using this color here that is kind of a highlight, but I use it as a bronzer just to add a little bit of dimension to my skin. And I'm gonna focus where my bone is because I don't have any pimple. If I go a little bit lower, all my pimples, so 1, 2, and then I have 1 here. So I want to focus to the like part where I have nothing. So you see, I'm gonna start here, and it's gonna add a little bit of dimension to my face. I'm telling you, highlight is everything. It's giving you the glow, it's covering your pimple, you look healthy. So you see already compared to here, see, it's kind of hard to pick the light. And then if it's not enough, you can definitely go with a bronzer on top. I'm gonna bring it here because I have no pimples on my cheeks, but if I would have some, you want to avoid to put anything where your pimples are. So I'm gonna put a little bit on my nose, and I have pimples here, so I'm not gonna put any highlights because it's gonna definitely bring attention. You already see the difference what the highlight does. It gives kind of a warm tone to it. I am going to put a little bit more makeup so you can see the finished product, but you see the difference, guys. Look at my skin now, really natural. It looks like I literally I slept like 12 hours. My skin looks healthy and glowy and really natural as well. That's pretty much the look that I always try to go for, compared to the original where I had like a lot of redness, a lot of imperfections. Let me put a little bit of makeup and then I will be back. Okay, so this is the finished look. I didn't put too much eyeshadow and a deep plum lipstick because the focus is not on the eye or the lips, it's really on the skin. So I really hope that you enjoyed this video and that now you know how to cover whenever you have imperfection. So don't be afraid. So if I repeat the steps, put the lightest amount, make sure that your skin is moisturized, try to avoid powders, and also try to cover with your concealer instead of your foundation. So once again, I really hope that you enjoyed this video. Please give your girl some support. You guys seem to like my comparison, so when I compared my Chanel versus my Dior, so let me know also if it's something that you would like to see. I can compare lipstick, I can compare eyeshadow, mascara, foundation, I can compare beauty blender versus brush and stuff like that. So you tell me, I do it, everyone's happy. So take care of yourself, take care of your family, and I will see you soon. Bye guys.